Hello everyone, I'm Havoc, and this is Minecraft All the Mods 3. We are back at it yet again today. I'm here at the base. So in the last episode we were doing some things and we were having issues. So if I come down here and look at this, you'll see that our machines should be working when they're supposed to, like right here. This has been changed over to gold ore because, are you kidding me? As I'm saying, it should be working. It's not working. Hold on. But yeah, this may be a visual glitch. Hold on. Because there is no gold ore in the system. So we're going to go ahead and say, hey, give that a halt. But if we look over here, you'll see this is making steel. And this is making coal coke. So what I did, and what I think the issue is, potentially, is connecting the ME network directly to a multi-block structure. And I think when I did that, something went foul. So, how I fixed the issue is I have an interface here. And the interface is saying, keep 64 iron and keep 32 coal coke in the interface. Now there's no coal coke here because I'm using it as quickly as I'm producing it. So there's no backlog building up and there's no inventory in the system to maintain. I mean, you see items flashing there. Another thing is, I am taking the finished goods, that steel that just finished, that went into here, and the slag that went into this chest in the back, are immediately withdrawn and pushed into the interface. Any items that are pushed into an interface automatically go into the system if there's room for it or free types. So the same thing is happening over here. I'm telling this to maintain a stack of coal. Then I use Ender IO item conduits to move it into the coke oven. And then the coke oven spits it out into this chest, and I use more conduit to pump it back into the interface. So what I did is remove the ME network is not touching the multi-block structures. And now it seems to function without any real issues. So I'm not too worried about it. You see, we're processing just incredibly large amounts of gold. It's not a big worry there. But that's how I fixed that, and it's been going. In fact, let's see how much steel we have. We've got 4,000, more than 4,000 steel. That's awesome. And this is a server. It's up all the time, so that's just running all the time while I'm at work, while I'm working on other things, making other videos. This is just running and doing the work for me. But today's episode is going to be about some Minecolony stuff. So it's been a little bit since I showed you what's going on. You'll probably already notice a few things. Some of the buildings have some fancy roofs on them now. So I'm going to come over here and I'm start on our ship side. Just drop down here and we're going to walk around for a minute. You'll probably notice that this house is the next tier up and it looks good. If we step in here, I mean, it looks really nice. It's even got more space, because I think they pushed that wall and that wall out just a touch, like one layer, in order to do that. Oh, that's neat. They've got the chest under there. Of course, you can't actually access that because this is a full block. An interesting note. Well, hello, Eleanor. Yes, that's our delivery woman, Eleanor Cripps, and she is working very diligently to deliver the items that need to be delivered, which is nothing, and to pick them up. What I was going to say is something they could have done right here is, instead of making that oak wood planks, make it stairs. And if you put upside down stairs on the bottom of this with the tall side here, it would look like a full block, but you would still be able to open this chest. Just a little tidbit for you. But if we come up here, you'll notice things have changed. There's an extra bedroom here with the fancy carpet, and they've got their own chest. And then something's going on up here. There's a little single room attic going on. I think we can have 3 people living up here now, which is crazy. Let's see. Yeah, assigned 1 citizen. So we can assign a third person because there's 3 beds here, which is awesome. I'm not going to do that right now, but that's available. This is tier 3, I believe. Hold on. We can see by simply looking at it. Hut 3, yeah, Citizens Hut 3. So it is a tier 3 structure. Now, our builder's hut, however, this is the final tier. This is tier 5. I spent the time to go ahead and get this thing upgraded, and it looks amazing. Let's get a little bit higher up view. They did a really good job. Oh, that's funny. I guess that one's just meant to look like it's closed, but it looks great. It's a little flat on this side, but when I build this up, it should end up taking up, I think I had 1 row in between them, and it gets a little bigger, so it'll take up some of this space, and we may do something like baskets, garden baskets or something on the side here, just to liven this up. We'll see. Because this is completed, I can now kind of tweak it with some detail later on. But man, does it look great. They just, the different blocks, the structure, the detail, like right here, this little upside down stair and right side up stair, creating that little bit of, whoop, hello Eleanor, that little bit of depth there is great. You come in here, it's looking nice. They added a chest up there. If we go upstairs, it works better without the jetpack on indoors. You go up here and there's all kinds of different block types. There's what looks like a desk where she does work, I'm guessing, and a rack to hold more items. This is the loading area to get blocks into here. Then we go back down, and I love the black white concrete checker pattern. Come down here and you got all the different block pallets. This is a this is one of the lights from the cave illuminator from Astral Sorcery. But you come down here and you got all the different block types. You know, this is all the different blocks they could use, palette choices, color choices, texture choices, which makes sense for a builder. It just looks great. We haven't upgraded this house, the town hall, or the restaurant. However, you can probably tell we upgraded the delivery. I think it's called the delivery man's hut, or let's see what it says. Because we have delivery woman. Yeah, it says delivery man, but we have delivery woman, and she is hard at work over here. But let's get a little higher up view of this. It looks great. They have this little exterior stairway up to, I think that's the office. So if I walk again, I can come around in here and look. Yeah, this is like the delivery person's office in here. There's even a waiting chair. And it just looks really nice. It's coming along. I'm a huge fan of the shingle blocks for the roof. I did upgrade our warehouse, so it's got a whole lot more space, which we are gathering things. What are we gathering here? Holy moly carrots. Oh. Okay. There's a whole bunch of other random things from our builder, which is funny. But see, what happens is if the builder needs any of these blocks, they're smart enough to know it's in here, and there'll be a request. And the delivery person, in this case the delivery woman, will fill that request. And this is the office. It's looking nice out here. Uh-oh. Demands are being made. Yeah, I still need to get everyone jobs and stuff like that. I'm still in the process. Let's go ahead and sleep. The warehouse looks great when it's tier 4 looks pretty good. Oh, we're getting over to my surprise a little. Let me look away from it to not give it away. But then, you know, our farm, we've upgraded it. I think this is tier 2. You know, it's got the little windmill. This house is tier 2. I've got to do a little bit of work around here with landscaping, with doing some terraforming of the ground. And you'll notice this flat, chunked out area. This is what we're actually going to get started here in a moment. This is the SwineHearders hut. And this will give us pork chop, which is super simple. Pork chop and coal equals cooked pork chop, and the people love cooked pork chop. It's simple, it's easy, and it makes everyone happy. Hey, I think Bridget Brown, was this the little girl? Did she grow up? Or was this the little girl? Maureen Atley. I can't remember. One of them, my citizens had a child. I think it's this little girl, or this woman now, was the little girl. But now I'll show you my little surprise. I had talked about this bay here, building a natural wall up, because it was just about 3 high pretty much all the way around, and then it kind of rounded up out of dirt and the such, and I have changed it up so it has this cliff because I built this farm out over here on purpose. I wanted it higher up, and hey man, you're eating a bunch of the profits, eating all the carrots. It's okay. He's obviously got a ton because they're in the storage house, the warehouse. But what I did here is just kind of, spruce it up, make it look, like I said, like a natural cliff wall, and decorate it, give it some vines, some andesite and gravel, mossy cobble in a few places where there's a lot of water. That way we can have some differences, some texture, some dimension, and this is going to come around, and what's going to happen is pretty much the rest of the way around to the dock area, it's not going to go below this height. 3 above the water level, all the way around to here where I'm going to build a dock, and the dock is going to extend out this way and this way, kind of to our boat here, and then out this way, and I might build a custom boat of my own. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do there, but this is also all going to go away. This whole little beach area, I'm going to shear this out and make this wider, probably kind of following a little bit of this small internal water area, get rid of the nether portal, and maybe that beach will stay, but get rid of all of this sand and area and make it deeper here, so there's a much larger bay area, in this location area in the area. And I'll do some custom trees probably right here. I'm going to do a custom built tree with maybe some roots hanging out over the cliffside, and then what I think I'm going to do is till almost all of this and then on this hillside here and plant wheat and let it just fully grow. Hopefully he shouldn't mess with it because he only farms inside the area of influence of one of these mine colony fields, but I want to make it look nice, and I think it'd look really cool. It would look more like a realistic farm if this was just fields of wheat all around here. But what I want to do today, now I've got y'all caught up with that, is get this started, our SwineHearders hut. I think I should have most everything necessary to get it done in the system, so I am going to get this started. So the SwineHearders hut tier 1 is completed. It's not a whole lot to look at just yet. And you serve with pleasure. You're so sweet. Yeah, there's just not a whole lot to go on just yet. Oh, that's interesting. I like that. Instead of each gate opening and these just kind of floating in space, they open like doors. That's cool. Alright, but so I found out a few things here. Had some difficulties, technical difficulties getting this going. The lovely builder here deposited all of the building materials I put in her inventory into the chest over here. And I had to come put them back because right after she put them in here, the delivery person came in and took all of them and ran over here to the warehouse. And it wouldn't be much of a big deal if when my builder requested an item, the delivery person brought that item back. However, I gave it some time and I even cranked up the priority of the builder's hut over here, which I can show you right here, the delivery priority. I had it turned up to 10 and yeah, I had it turned up to 10, which means that the game logic should say, hey, don't do anything else until you've taken care of whatever's required here at the builder's hut. However, quite a while passed where Chloe here was requesting dirt and the delivery person never brought it. So I fired the delivery person. Manually came back to the warehouse, grabbed all the stuff she needed, manually put it back in her inventory, and restarted the build process because it just wasn't working. So, things I've learned. Later on, I might mess with the delivery person again to see if I can manually set priorities for things that I want to be taken care of. And hopefully it will work, but it just wasn't working. I'm not sure why. I don't know if that's just a bug or whatnot. If it's not, that's okay. We may end up not having a delivery person. We'll have the fancy building and just no one working on it. We'll see. But hopefully I can get it to work. But we got our SwineHearders hut. I would like to show you guys what this thing is going to look like tier 5. Alright, and this is what it will look like when it gets to the tier 5. It's a really fancy butcher style building here when you get to the tier 5. Which, interestingly enough, I think the dirt that you see here is not what's going to be there. It's probably because that's what's actually here right now. It's imposed over the current building. Then there'll be 2 little pig pen areas out here when it gets to tier 5. But it's going to look really nice. It will match the inn very well here. And it's going to be providing the raw pork chop for the inn here, the restaurant. So that's how it looks when it gets to the tier 5. Right now, it's just the tier 1. And I had to actually pick this up in order to do that. So it's going to say things are going to look a little weird. I'll have to tell it to be repaired, which I can do. Build options, build building, build request. Let you run over here and fix it all up. But that's going to be it for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, feel free to hit that like button down below. If you have enjoy my content and you want to see more of it, consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you all next time.